What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Basketball Wives, Season 10, Episode 3. And I must say that I'm pretty much enjoying it. I'm enjoying the season for what it's given. I will say that Brandy and Malaysia getting on my damn nerve. Would love to see more stories besides because they're both exhausting to me. I'm sick of Brandy and her misplaced aggression that needs to be placed at her husband. I'm sick of Malaysia playing the victim, at this point because she knew that people wasn't feeling her the last two seasons and all this other stuff. And I'm I'm just tired of both of them, honestly. They must ain't got nothing else going on in their lives besides each other. I'm just being honest, but whatever. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this review now. I know that this review is coming out real late and it's coming out right before the panel. So, in case you don't see this video, in case you've seen this video before the panel even starts, be sure to tune in to the Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight at 9:15 Eastern Time. It'll be on Yaquartiz's YouTube channel. The link is already on my community wall. So be sure to go over there and pretty much set your reminders so you can be reminded that the show is coming on. All six of us will be, well, Terrence already told us that he's gonna be a little late tonight. So we'll probably see him a little bit later on in the show. However, let's go ahead and get into the review. So we're gonna start this thing off. Angel. She's discussing her relationship issues with Jackie. Jackie asked her, well, how has you and Rock been? You know what I mean? And then Angel was like, well, we go through our ups and downs. We have this going on, we have that going on. And, to me, it's any other type of relationship issues. We have issues like everybody. But the way she answered that question to me, I hope I'm not the only one that feels that way. But I feel like Angel ain't keeping it all the way 100 with us at all. I feel like there's more to this story. I definitely do. I feel like there's more to this story. I feel like there's a lot more going on than she's letting on. You know what I mean? She's trying to save Rockstar and not make him look bad, better, worse than what he already looks like. That's what I think because I really believe that there is more to this story because the way she answered the question to me made it seem like, okay, there's some bullshit in the game. She trying to save his image or whatever she trying to do, but it ain't saving it because, it is what it is. But then Rockstar comes in, then he meets Jackie. And, Jackie, Angel looks to Jackie for advice because, she's been married for 26 years. And, Rockstar was like, you've been married for 26 years? She says, yes. And then, Angel was like, tell us what to do. I mean, you've been married for 26 years. Like, not too many people be staying married that long. And that is true. Not too many people do stay married that long. But, she was like, it takes a whole lot of love and hard work or whatever Jackie said. So then British and her mother, they was at her house and they started talking about her dating life. And British is basically saying that she's ready to move on, find her another man, get out here in these streets, because Lorenzo ain't gonna never change. He gonna always be the same musty dog he's always been. You know what I mean? And she's ready to move on. And she thinks that Lorenzo is not the type of man for her because they're too toxic. And to be quite honest, they are toxic. If you follow them both on social media, they both aired out their relationship issues on social media. And that's one thing that I've never been into is to air out my relationship problems on social media. A lot of the times, if I a relationship, a lot of y'all wouldn't know it at all. A lot of y'all would not know. But not because I don't make it public. I don't, it's not something for everybody to chime in on. So, it's a lot. That British has gone through in regards to Lorenzo because they had been through a lot of shit. Lorenzo cheated, British cheated. It's been a lot of back and forth between the two of them for a mighty long time, you know what I mean? But at the end of it all, British needs to move on. And I'm 100% okay with her making that decision to just go ahead and move on with her life because it's really not worth it for her to be sitting up here being tied down to some toxic ass dude that really don't want to do anything but act like he owns her because that's how he comes across. He owns her, and that's not the case at all, child. Not so. Then Lorenzo, he was talking about coming to get his baby, and then British was like, "Well, where are you staying? Where are you staying while you're here?" And then Lorenzo was like, any hotel you pay for. And then she was like, boy, please, I'm not paying for you to stay nowhere. And you not staying here. Like, boy, bye. You know what I mean? And, it's like he takes British as a complete joke. That's what I think, because Lorenzo is very disrespectful. Like every time I seen him on the screen, he just came across like he was very disrespectful, and he didn't come across that way when we first met him back in 2014 when British first came on Basketball Wives LA. So I don't know, child, I really don't, but I do think that at the end of it all, British needs to cut her losses and move on. And after he hangs up, British's mom was like, "Are you better with him or are you better without him?" And British turns around and looks at her mama and says, "Oh, yes, I'm better without him." And then her mama said, "I think I agree with you. Most definitely, I agree with both of y'all. She is better without him." Pretty much. Because British is a cute girl. I don't know if because she got the right color hair, but she's a beautiful girl. You know what I mean? She deserves better than Lorenzo and his toxic trifling ass, honestly. So then there was a scene here. The next scene was Jackie, Brandy, Duffy, and British. Okay, they were out there having drinks, but then a damn bee came over there and scared the hell out of all of them. And Brandy already overly dramatic and big as hell already. So they started screaming the shit. Jackie trying to tell British to kill the damn bug, but British didn't want to kill the bug. It was a high. And then Duffy was like, even with this stuff going on over here, I still see this cute guy sitting behind us. And then British was like, "Oh my God, he got on gray sweatpants." And then they was like, "Oh my God." And then Duffy was like, "Yes, I've been with a month for over 9 years, but I can notice a nice looking guy, and I'm always the type of person to try to hook my friends up with that type of person." So it was like she wants to do a meat market mix. It's basically like a speed dating type of thing, and she wants to hook British up with somebody else. Now, Jackie seems to believe that British and Lorenzo are not over. She seems to believe that there's still love there between British and Lorenzo. And British says, "It's over with between me and Lorenzo. I don't want to be with Lorenzo no more. That situation was bad for me. I don't need to be with him. I don't need to be near him. I don't need to be nothing with him. Like, just leave me be. Like, I'm good. I don't want to be in a relationship with that nigga. Like, it's okay." You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship with that nigga. Period. You know what I mean? And Jackie is the type of person that will force you to be with a toxic ass dude just to say you in a relationship. Like, Jackie, if you're really friends with British and you see the shit that her and this dude went through, why is you pushing her to still be with him? You know what I mean? Like, why is you pushing her to still deal with that trifling toxic ass shit that she was already dealing with? She was with him already. Like, I don't get people like that. Like, listen, if I see that you in a toxic ass relationship, I'm gonna advise your ass to fuck leave. Especially when I then listen to you whine and cry about the same person. Girl, bye. Get your ass out of there. Leave this man. He ain't good for you. Get your ass on. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I just think that Jackie needs to stay the hell out of it, because she's about to start doing what she always do, and that's overstepping her bounds because of some shit that she thinks that British and Lorenzo should be together. So now she's gonna try to make it happen. Girl, no, don't make that shit happen. Leave that shit alone. Some shit is better left off in the past, and that is better left in the past. Trust me and believe me, that is better left in the past. I'm telling you, it's better left in the past, because the way they used to argue with each other on social media, that was not cute. And with Jackie trying to get them to get back together, that ain't cute either. So, child, please, okay. So next we get into Malaysia. Her kids are back, and now they're in this 2-bedroom apartment, and it's like Malaysia and her daughter sharing a room. Then the two boys are sharing a room, which is obviously what would happen. And she said that, "I know that Gennaro has his time with the kids, but he's out coaching, and I just rather my kids be in my care." My thing is, if it's his time with the kids, it don't matter if he's away. He still gotta work. I mean, can you just go and take your kids? Did you talk to him about it first? Like, I'm not quite understanding this whole situation with Malaysia. I'm not understanding, and I probably need to get some understanding, like Escape, but I'm just not. For some reason, I'm not getting it. But whatever. So Malaysia and her sister Lala. It looked like I seen Lala on Basketball Wives before. I know Malaysia got another sister named Crystal, but I think I've seen Lala before. They discussed Malaysia's current issues. She's saying that it's all about me making, away from my kids, making sure my kids have what they need and stuff like that because their father is not doing what they need to doing what he needs to do. But see, here's my thing with that situation. Like, I feel sorry for her because her main well her ex-husband isn't paying child support, but it's like, why you not put him, like, why you not taking it to the courts? Like, why do y'all keep protecting these men from doing what they supposed to do? Like, if they not gonna do it by choice, then nigga, you better do it by force, because I didn't have this baby by myself. So if they got to take money out of your check or throw your ass in the pen, then that's what's gonna have to happen, because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You know what I mean? And I got a lot of single parent friends. I got a lot of single mother friends. I have a lot of guys that I'm friends with that deals with the whole child support and how they don't like it and how they don't be with the shit and all of that. But and my straight male friends, they always get mad at me because they feel like I'm always seeing it from the woman's perspective. And it's not that I'm looking at it from the woman's perspective. It's about me looking at it from a right or wrong situation. It's like, for me, I just feel like if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get what you expect here. Like, you're not doing your due justice for your kids. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to pay up, so why aren't you paying up? You know what I mean? So men always get mad when the child's mother put them on child support, but it's like, that's the best route to go if you're not going to do anything for your child. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about the situation. Like, why even do something like that? And I don't know. Mm-mm. I just feel like y'all need to stop. Y'all really need to stop. Take y'all need to what word am I looking for? Y'all need to stop protecting these no good ass men because they're not worth it. Trust me, they're not. Um. So Jackie, Jennifer, and Angel, they have this session. I think this is like a psychic or one of the mediums or whatever. Jennifer just lost her dog Gia, and she's been trying to deal with it, and she had the dog for a mighty long time, and some people don't see animal deaths as something that is serious, but when you have a pet for X amount of years, that shit hurts. I know I had a dog. He was a golden retriever. His name was Shamrock. We was big wrestling fans, and one of my mother's favorite wrestlers was Ken Shamrock, and we named him Shamrock after Ken Shamrock. And we got the dog in 99, and the dog died in like 2007. And I took that shit hard. Like, when we had to put him to sleep and bury him and shit, like, that shit was like a real motherfucking funeral. Like, that was horrible. Like, I cried for days when my dog died. So I definitely understand. They have this emotional session. Jennifer learns that her mom is with her. She learns that Gia is with her. She learns that she could be getting a ring soon. All of that good stuff. So it was a very emotional time for Jennifer, and I kind of felt her, and I don't really feel Jennifer. I don't really get Jennifer at all. Anything Jennifer is anti for me, but I kind of felt her in that moment. You know what I mean? I did, because she was humanized for me in a sense. You know what I mean? Because she always came across real stuck up, real bougie and shit, and always played the victim to me. And I just, I felt her. So British and Lorenzo, they meet up. They got their daughter in tow. And they were just having this conversation about boundaries with dates. The shit that was being said in front of the child was ridiculous. He was like, no matter who's busting you wide open or who I'm dicking down, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, why you saying it in front of your damn child? Like, why y'all like what's going on with y'all saying shit like that in front of your child? Like, what's going on with that? And he really feels like he's the man. Like, he feels like British gonna come back. Like, she says that just because I'm out dating That don't mean I'm out screwing everybody that I date. And that's the truth. Just because you're going on a couple of dates, that don't mean you're screwing every single person that you are dating or that you go out on a date with. That's not the case. You know what I mean? It's really not the case. And I think that that's the thing that a lot of people get, because when they hear that you're going out on a date, they automatically think that you're fucking them. And that's not the case. And she said, and even if I was, it's my vagina. I can do whatever I want. It's my God given vagina. If I want to give it to somebody, I can. And on top of that, what about you? Because you've had like 10 different women around Dash, and I've only had one man around her. So what does that say about you? And I'm just like, But see, that's the type of shit I be talking about. Men can sit up and they can have all types of women all around their kids, but let a woman do it. Let a woman do it now. Let a woman do it, and it turns into World War III when it does it. You know what I mean? So that's the thing I don't like about a lot of men. It's okay for them to do a lot of bullshit, but it's not okay for the woman to do it. That's the part I don't like. That's the shit I don't like. Period. Okay? That's what I don't like. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into Jackie, Jennifer, and Brooke. They go to get their vaginas steamed. Okay, Jackie said that she had an emotional day with the psychic or whatever, and she just wants Jennifer to go out, be free, tighten up that vajayjay for these men's that's about to come. You know what I mean? And Jennifer says, I'm getting past, Gia's death, best way that I can. But I'm really ready to date. Like I really want a special somebody. I want somebody to make sure that I'm okay. I want that companionship. And everybody wants that companionship. Everybody wants that companionship. You'll be lying if you say that you didn't want it. Like she said, I want to be married. I want all of that. And even though she was married before, she wants to be married again. And I think that's a good thing. Even though the marriage that she had was very toxic, the man threw a drink in her face, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Like he was overtly disrespectful to her. You know what I mean? He talked to her like she was fucking trash. You know what I mean? And that was back when I ain't even like Jennifer. Like, well, I still don't, but I ain't even like Jennifer. And he was talking to her like she was fucking trash. Like she was like the gum at the bottom of his shoe. Like he used to dog walk her ass verbally. And I'm just like, I wonder what he do when she not, when cameras ain't around. I can only imagine what he really is like. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm hoping that Jennifer finds her a man child. And it looks like she does. So we get into Zeal and Malaysia. I'm so sick of Zeal already. Malaysia, it ain't nobody else for you to film with. Why you got to film with Zeal? Ugh. So Malaysia planning a pop-up shop. She wants to get a building so she can do like these pop-up shops. She's saying that her internet, they're killing the internet. And so at some point she's gonna have to have a physical location. But my thing about this is you're saying that you're killing it. So your boutique is making money. So why does it feel like you're acting as if you are not in the best financial space right now? Because that's how you made it sound to me. Like you wasn't in the best financial space, and basketball wise was your one all be all. See, I didn't even know you had no damn boutique. And I didn't know that your boutique was even doing numbers. So my thing is, you got this boutique, you got this VH1 check. My thing is they paying y'all over, because I remember Drea talking about Basketball Wives LA in an interview, and she was saying that hell, she was making more doing club appearances than she was on Basketball Wives when they first started filming. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like these reality shows will really make you think that these people really make good money on TV? Please, these people are not like the Housewives. Like this is some different shit. Love and hip hop, you gotta be a specific for them to even pay you. Some of them girls on this show be making $1,500 an episode, especially them people. So I don't know what they paying them over here, but yeah, child. So she started talking about her issues with Brandy. She said, I got a lot going on in my life, and this Brandy stuff is just too much for me. And Zell was like, well, me and her got into it not too long ago, and now she's hitting me up asking me to come over and things of that nature. But I don't want to feel like I'm a pawn or I'm a person that's being used because you're no longer friends with Malaysia. You know what I'm saying? So, Zell and Malaysia, like, why does he all have to be around? period. Like, why does he always have to be around? And it comes across like Malaysia don't want to film with none of these girls, honestly, and she rather just film with Zeal. But okay. So we go to the meat market, and British tells Jackie, Brandy, Brooke, and Duffy. They start talking about Lorenzo's woman. Apparently, some woman came up in British's DMs and told her that she had been with she knew Lorenzo. She said Lorenzo won't sign these papers. And so she was like, what papers? And then British was like, woman said Lorenzo in a domestic partnership. And then Brennan was like, what's a domestic partnership? Brooke said, he's married. So after all this time, he been married this entire time you was with him, and he didn't even tell you that. Some girl had to tell you that on the internet. And Jackie think that this is okay. Okay, so Angel introduces Rockstar to the girl. She brings him there. Don't know why he's there either. Jackie tells Jennifer and Brooke that she invited Lorenzo. Brooke was like, "Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that?" So, she was like, "I just feel like that's who British needs to be with." And Brooke was like, she has a tendency of being in everybody's business, and now she's went too far. Jackie did go too far, because it's like you just sat here and you heard them talk about how he got a whole wife and he ain't signed no papers to divorce this woman, and now you inviting him to this damn meat market so he can be her date. That's some bullshit, Jackie. Like, girl, and then when it come down to these men that they chose, I don't know what type of market they got these meat markets. It definitely wasn't on meat market, Dollar General market or something. Because ain't no way in hell these were some guys that Duffy came up with on her own. Because that was a hot ass mess. But that one Jelani person, I was all with Jen. I'm like, girl, you better get him before I do. Okay. So then Lorenzo comes in, and then they asked Lorenzo, "Do you love British?" He said, "I still got love for British." So he didn't say that he loved her. He just said that he got love for her. More reason for you to keep on moving. Then he said he raised her. That's the disrespectful shit I'm talking about. Jackie, stay out of the bullshit. Their relationship ain't got a goddamn thing to do with you. Why the fuck do you feel like you need to be involved in it? It ain't had nothing to do with you. British was doing the right thing by not trying to get back with this man. He literally just sat up here and said that he raised her. And he said she was working at the Boys and Girls Club when I met her. And I'm just like, well, she ain't working at the Boys and Girls Club now, so what does it matter? What the fuck does it matter? That's the shit that be pissing me off. So then Malaysia rides with Zell. And then Zell and Jennifer, it's pretty clear that Jennifer don't fuck with Zell. And then they was asking Zell, what does he do? And he said, I just do me. And then they started laughing. And then Duffy was like, Jennifer, get out the phone and ask him a question. And then Zell was like, I don't think that she has a question for me. She got me blocked on Instagram. And then it was like, why you got him blocked? And Jennifer didn't say nothing. And then he was like, because I said her breath stink. And then they looked, and then he was like, and I want to apologize for that. If you went and got your teeth clean, and then Jennifer like, no, we're good, we're good. And I'm like, see, this is why I don't like Zell. He always doing shit like that. He can't ever not be petty. He always doing shit like that. What's the shade even necessary? You think the girl gonna talk to you now? The fuck out of here. And so, Jennifer feels some type of way. Jennifer's like, she knows that I don't fuck with him. And then she knows that you don't deal with him. She knows that I don't fuck with him, but it's okay. And then there's Randy, who I almost forgot, who said that she was bothered by Malaysia's presence. And I'm like, Brandy, why are you so damn pressed by a Panini girl? Like, just last episode, you was sitting up here defending her down, and now you can't stand to be in the presence. That seems like more hate than anything. And so British went over to Malaysia and said Jennifer feels away because you brought Zell. And so she feels like you brought Zell to get under her skin. So Malaysia went over there to talk to Jennifer. She said, I just want to let you know that I did not bring Zell for you. I did not bring Zell for anyone. So Brandy decides that she want to jump in and say, anybody that brings Zell around knows what they're doing. And then that's when Malaysia said, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Then she started pointing her finger. Then Brandy gets up and grabs her finger. And then they're about to fight. My thing with Brandy is you really didn't have to say shit. You really could have just let them deal with that. You could have let Jennifer and Malaysia talk about that. Because that wasn't your issue. Long as you were fine with Zell being there, that's all that really mattered. Why the hell are you speaking up for Jennifer? Jennifer don't need nobody speaking up for her. You looking for a reason. That's the thing, Brandy. You looking for a reason, and it's hard to defend you because you looking for a reason. Period. So you in Malaysia, y'all argue, and then you say you knew what you were doing when you brought Zeal, and then Malaysia was like, stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. If you are my friend, then Brandy was like, we're not friends. We're not friends. We're not friends. And I'm like, if y'all not friends, why the fuck do you give a damn if she's around or not? That's the type of shit I'm talking about. And this is why people be calling you misery and all this other stuff, because you do be acting like you are completely miserable sometimes. And you really need to stop that shit. It ain't cute. Stop acting like that. And so they put hands in each other's faces. And then, Malaysia goes over to Duffy and says, it's not my fault that she got kicked off the show. I'm not going to stop my job because you can keep your mouth closed. So we get down to the nitty gritty of the issue. Brandy is upset with Malaysia because she stayed on Basketball Wives. At least that's the way that Malaysia is put out there. But to me, I don't think that it's more so about her staying on the show, because in whose right mind would they tell their friend to leave their job just because they got fired? That's unfair. So it's kind of like, I think that what happened was she got fired, Malaysia stayed, and then Malaysia started getting chummy with the same girls that didn't even want her to be on the show. Because that's exactly what happened. She sat up there, she got chummy with Tammy, she got chummy with Shawnee and Evelyn. Like, those are the same girls the same girl who said, I will not do the show of Brandy in Malaysia show. The same ones. And now you're over there up under them being a damn girl for them. But at the same point in time, Brandy, like, if you really mad about that, then why are you cool with Shawnee? Why are y'all buddy now? Why are y'all meeting up for drinks and shit, each other and stuff like that, and she had conversations with you? If that's really the case, why is that the case? Or from what I read, you even cool with Evelyn. So if you cool with these two girls, why the hell are you still mad with Malaysia? See, this is why I'm team nobody, because they both getting on my nerves. And so Duffy was like, I didn't know none of that. She said, then she brought up the Zell thing, and then Malaysia said she's been DMing Zell. She been trying to get Zell to come over to her house. She fake, she putting on shows. It's not what you think. And Brandy is putting on shows. I will say that. And so Malaysia was like, this is why I didn't want to talk to her. And then Brandy starts yelling. And then Malaysia was like, we can meet outside. We can meet outside. And then that's when Brandy was like, oh, okay. And then she ran over, and then they trying to, stop her. But of course, she does the most and tells them to get the fuck up off of her. And that was pretty much just of today's episode of Wives. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. And also, if you want to follow me on any form of media, my IG and my TikTok down in the description box. Okay. That being said, you guys, this is your boy Scotty, and I will talk to you guys at another time. It's time for me to get ready for the panel tonight. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.